Welcome to your Women's Life Cycle session. This is an excitement session. I'm very excited to teach you that. So for this session, you're gonna need 2 pieces of paper, your journal, and something to write on it. I invite you to bring some colorful things, pencils, if you like to paint, anything that you would like to put your creativity on it, on those activities. I really welcome you to do that. Otherwise, you can just use your pen and it's fine. The agenda for this session is divided in a lecture, and then we're going to have a self-exploratory experience. Then we're going to have meditation and the womb awakening part. We are the Western women. We have to achieve, we have to do it all, we have to be fit, we look great, we have to stay in shape, have an outstanding career, multitasking. Failure is not an option. And what happened with us? We are burning out. And why we are burning out? Because we follow the clock, a linear time frame. So through the year, we have many events in our calendar that is aligned, usually by commercial incentives that we need to follow. Easter, holidays, Christmas, New Year's, everything is in the line. Yes? Achieving, making deadlines, getting it all done, going against all the natural rhythm of life. This scenario is making us feel exhaustion and run out of time. Yes, so we have anxiety, perfectionism, people-pleasing, business addiction, so we want to be busy all the time. We overgiving, we have menstrual challenges, fertility challenges, sexuality challenges, and all of this because there is a resistance to all the phases of women's life. And we need to understand that there is a polarity in ourselves, in the world, and in everything. There's the masculine and the feminine in every one of us and in everything. So like the yin and yang symbol, the yang is the white area, male, active, logical, enlightenment, bright sunlight, heat, aggressive, dominant, upward movement, strong, hot, giving, and movement. Yin is the black area. It's feminine, passive, intuitive, dark, cold, submission, downward movement, soft, receiving, and stillness. Like our brain, our brain is the left side, the more masculine, and the right side is more feminine. But in our body, it's the opposite. So you can see that the yin and yang are inside of our body as well. So the masculine and the feminine energy. The masculine is direct, is linear thinking. Yes, structure, goal-oriented. You to-do list and to-do and what you're going to focus to do it. Demanding, controlling, independent, focus, organizing, providing. The energy, the feminine energy is flowing, cyclical, feeling, yes, unstructured, intuitive, nurturing, yes, compassionate, heart-based. Surrendering is one complete the other, yes. And I have a question for you. Which one of this energy do you think dominates the Western world at the moment? So how can we heal this burnout and exhaustion of women and find balance between the masculine and feminine? I will give you a few breaths for you to think about that. We need to come back to our cyclical nature. Once we come back to it, there will be a balance between the masculine and the feminine. We have been neglecting our yoni, the seat of our intuition and of our power. We already started working with our yoni yesterday, and we're going to continue working with our yoni, our sacred space, our sacred temple throughout those 3 days of this retreat. So the yoni is the seat of the feminine, Inside of us, we have the vagina, we have our womb space, our ovaries, all of this is sacred, yes? And inside it, you have a power, and the power to become your own power. But for that, you need to be able to receive and connect with this space, this womb space. Our yoni is like a magnetize. It magnetizes the energy around us. So if you don't connect with your female energy, you start connecting with the energy around you that is more masculine. Yes. So when you rest in your feminine naturally draws you into the highest level of your consciousness. And the way to do that is you need to be in your yoni. Put your awareness in your yoni. So understanding of that, we understand nature. Nature has a cyclical way of moving. The same thing happens with us women. Yes? There is a linear structure in the world, but there is a cyclical pattern. Yes? Cycles of the moon, cycles of the sun, cycles of the seasons, cycles of the day, the month, the year. Yes? So the world revolves around patterns and cycles. Yes. So, for example, the power of the moon, you might have heard of this, influence the oceans, the waves. Yes. Animals change according to the seasons, and their feeding times each month is different. Here in Australia, snakes in winter, they go in. In some countries that have bears, the bears go to hibernate in the caves. So you look at nature, you see the patterns and the cycles that we are going through. Yeah? Mother Nature herself is cyclical, and women are too. We are the same. But most of the time we respond to those external energies in an autopilot, yes, without paying conscious attention to what is the sacred things around us, the sacred rhythm of life. Yes. Sometimes we focus on getting through the week and resting the weekend instead of going into the flow of what's happening in your cycle. So an example of that is looking at summer and winter. Yes. So in summer, what happens when we have a big heat? So here in Australia, in Byron Bay, where I am, the heat is so hot in summer that I really look for shades. So I look to be under the tree and have a shade and a nice breeze and still be in the hot weather. But when it's cold, so at the time that we are recording this video, it's winter. And in winter, I will search for the sun. I want to be out in the sun, so I want to have the heat on me. So we have those two opposites that complete each other. Yes? Continue thinking about Mother Nature. If you think about ways of organic gardening, for example, biodynamic permaculture models, syntropic farming, they seek to understand one thing in the land. Think about the one word that they have in common. One word is very similar to one thing that all women have natural. Is the fertility. The fertility of the ground tells a lot about the environment where you're going to grow food. Yes? So fertility is a life force that works within, out. Yes? So imagine if you produce an organic garden and how much nourishment was put into that soil to bring back a potato, zucchini. How much was put into that production of that vegetable, and the taste of it will be very different if you put chemicals on it and not. The same thing happens with our body. Yes. So for you to understand the fertility of the ground, you need to do a couple of things. The same thing with our body. You need to use knowledge. You need to learn what you are doing. That's what we are doing now, and probably reading books and learning more about your cycle. Observation and intuition. All of these work together for a rich soil and for a rich fertility in our body. So a live soil, a live yoni brings vibrant nutrition, vibrant life, yes, healthy, happy. So natural ways of contraception, especially fertility awareness method, represent this life, this later approach that I'm talking to you. So fertility awareness is a life skills, yes? When you become intimate with your own body, with your own wisdom, with your own unique cycle, then you know when you are ovulating and when you are menstruating. Yes. What season are you in that moment? What are the characteristics of that season? Can you use that season to deepen your understanding of your bleeding cycle? All of these questions we're gonna work through in this session.